Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're going to be making a track with Twin 3. You have heard this track in the intro. That's what we're going to be making. I already have kind of a vision in mind. It's all hinged around this preset called Barracuda. It's this arpeggiation that has a really cool filter automation move, which is controlled by this XY control. So we would have to automate this, but here's what it sounds like. It's got some vibes. I'm not imagining we'll need very much. I want to sit a lot on just a singular chord. I'm probably going to hang out on C. I might go up over here to something like an F. Then take it down to E flats. Keep that C there. Which is technically a C minor chord. Go down to D. And then either back to C or go to show the 5 chord off for a bit there. I don't know. I'm going to record a part in, but it's going to be based around this movement. This is sort of the key idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get the metronome going. I'm going to shrink this down and just have it in the corner. It's nice to see it. So if I want to adjust it, it's already there. And let's record a part. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Let's quantize everything. Alt Q, start time, that's fine. Quantization is not gonna be a major issue with this one. So some of these notes, they could be, these can be in general louder, these higher notes. They're kind of the melody in a kind of a way. Ba-na-na. And let's go ahead and automate now the actual XY pad here. So let's get this down. We'll call this like intro ARP. We will move the control here. And this one is the resonance and the horizontal. So we'll move this ones because I like to see those first. Okay, so we're gonna have this start out pretty low. We'll have this grow over time. Right around here is probably where we want it to start. I'm going to extend these notes out. I've adjusted it a little bit for a phrase. It's going to sit kind of strange with metronome, but I think it'll work for the style that I'm going for. So I'll extend this out so that it hits the full phrase. We're going to repeat this. The filter will open up completely, and then we'll have the resonance also join it. This is going to get really bright. Okay, perfect. Let's also automate these. So this is the second controller, horizontal and vertical. These will join it in the rise upwards. And in FL Studio, you always want to have a value at the start that sort of defines what the controller does. That way, if you start somewhere, it'll set to the right value. So I always copy the values over to the beginning. All right, and this last one, we'll call this like phrase 2 of intro ARP, or intro ARP 2 is fine. This last one, we are going to have a really low note come in. Just to say, I might do a chord thing instead. I think I'm going to go with just a C minor chord, and I'm just going to let it ring out, and we're going to try and establish sort of, when we get to this point, it's going to be like a big moment. That's what we're going to kind of go for. So for this intro right now, we just have this chord sequence. Right here, there could be a response to that. So I'm going to open up another twin 3 and find another sound that I like. Ooh, we're probably gonna go for this flutter pad. So on this spot where it comes in, we'll have a flutter pad come up. We'll call this the flutter pad. It's a good name for it. We'll give it a bluish color so it's got chord duties. We'll put it on its own thing, but we'll stick it in the same pattern. I'm just gonna stick down. I don't want to give away too much harmony, so maybe I'll just keep to thirds. Or fifths, I mean, stay away from thirds. And let's cut it now that we kind of have what we want. We're just going to basically be doing C minor, so harmonically, I think it'll be more useful to see it here. Call this flutters. How big can we make this verb? Let's open up the verb. Let's make the time really long and also make it super bright. So we'll go ahead, we'll take this out now, or we'll close the menu, I mean, and take a look. I want longer. Can we do longer? How long can we go? 20 seconds? Okay, that might be too long. We'll go for like 7 seconds. That's a super long gosh dang verb. 95%. Just give me as bright as you can go. I'm making a change up here on these end chords as I'm adding in parts. It will be cooler, I think, if it just comes all the way down and maybe the kick comes in right there. Pick a value for it to set to. So now, and we'll have the kick and a couple other parts will come in. Let's stay focused here at the intro though. So we have these neat flutters. Let's add another part. So we're gonna go for another twin. I'm curious about sort of atmospheric pad style sounds that also have a bit of a vibe of effects to a degree. So there are pad sounds in here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, something like this possibly. I'm going to try and run with this high one. It might not be exactly what I want though. We'll call it like FX twin, and we might need to adjust it. Since it's an effect, we'll make it like a green color. automate that, or assign it a track, I mean. And let's give it some notes. Let's grab another twin. I'm picturing this bum, 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 you know, this sort of low reinforcement that something's going to happen, right? So let's take a look here. I have this one twin 3 I loaded up, but I haven't really assigned it a thing. I was looking for stuff. I'll check out the bass. That is a contender. Let's try that one out. And my vision for this is a pretty massive low pass, real low thing. Oh yeah. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to take, do I want to do the filter here, or should I use, I feel like I would do this more normally in the Pro Q3. Oh, we got a sick character movement thing here too. Okay. So we're gonna browse parameters here. We're gonna do a few things. First, I want this character movement in the sound. So we're going to definitely add that. And then it could come down after, it doesn't matter. Next, we don't want to reveal the whole bass here, so we're gonna add a Q3. I'm just gonna go to the default clean setting, whatever works. And we're just gonna really darken it up. And in fact, we will probably make this just a mid-band cut. In fact, I probably instead will make this a low pass. And we're gonna add some verb and stuff to this. So I am going to automate the frequency of this control. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to browse the parameters for the Q3 now and move the band 1 frequency. We'll have it come up and down. And we'll have this be quite a bit longer. We'll use the filter to shape it. And this is going to seem a little suicidal, but I'm going to toss a Pro R on this thing. The R2 specifically. I really need to rename it and get the Pro R1 out of here because I just don't grab it anymore. But what we're going to do is we're going to really cut off that low end or just bring the so this is the reverb time per this. So this is going to really just snipe that stuff off. I'm going to leave this alone actually. And possibly just use the mix control here to yeah. I actually think I'll leave this alone. This might be just fine the way it is. Even longer. I'm curious if I stuck a Saturn in this, and we want this before the Pro Q3 so that the filtering still takes place. We could try it after. It would be definitely a change in dynamics. Let's try out something with drive on it. Yeah, we didn't even do anything, just grab it. Wow, that's awesome. And after, would it, in theory, add harmonics above this because, you know, the filter is no longer being applied. And by the way, we're just doing mids. I didn't take a look at how stereo, if stereo at all, the sound was, but I think it's a little, some stereo information. Adding it after is kind of a nice thing. I think the afterwards maybe a bit better here. So we're gonna take these moves because they're kind of local to just this one spot, right? So let's treat it like that. Can we get a better, like an even longer tail? Do we need to actually let some of the low end rumble? And you know, sometimes a little bit of low end down there ain't always a bad thing. We'll make this even longer and we'll make it brighter too. That's nice, fades out very nicely. I want to add some more pads in. Let's go for twin. And at this point, my colors are getting wild. We need to organize these so that they're next to each other. I'm looking for something just to, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for some inspiration, I guess. I think another pad. Maybe not a pad, but a fast ARP. Like if we took this pad and we just brought its, oh, we've got a bunch of envelopes down here. But let's just ignore them for the moment. How would that do? So we're just adjusting the attack on this. All right, I'm gonna clone this ARP and change it up. I'm gonna look for just a different, just literally the next one. We just need another layer, and I'm going to copy this, assign it to its own unique track, paste it in. That's fine here. And on this second layer that's going to come in, I am going to toss a Q3, and I'm going to give it massive boosts in the sides, a friggin' massive low cut, just all the way across. So we're just gonna do a mid-side kind of deal, EQ style. I have most of the parts in. I just spent a while adding in a couple noise effects to help this transition along. But I think actually changing the notes here is going to do a big favor. So I'm actually going to turn off ARP 2 and just focus on the first ARP for the moment. And I think starting these off is fine, but I think in this, for the sake of keeping it interesting, it might be kind of cool to explore other tonal options, like harmonically. And then right, that low end note here, we have to go up to an F. Okay, I've picked some new notes here. I kind of want to keep it as a surprise. If you want to see it, this is what I've changed. Mostly kept to similar chords, change or two here or there. And I am going to copy and paste this part into the other ARP. And I'm going to also add right here when we sort of have our breakdown. I just want to experiment with, hey, if we had a note like I don't know if what do I want? A G? It kind of works. I don't know. Let me see. You'll see. Maybe we keep it or not. Here is our final result. If you have any questions about anything you saw in the video, feel free to drop them down below. Would you do something different? What would you do to continue the track? I am curious to hear your thoughts. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.